Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another raid video. We are on the test server today, and we have available the event dungeon. I will show you guys the teams that I have for you today. I'll show you two teams. One of them I'll show just very quickly because it's on the lower difficulties, and it's just a basic team to explain a few things about the dungeon. And then I'll show you guys a team for the final stage with all free-to-play accessible champions. I'm not talking legendaries. All the legendaries that you'll see are champions you have, I have, everybody have or can have if they work on their account. And also there's one epic in there that everybody wants, but at least it's an epic. I mean, it's not a legendary. You just have to summon it and get it. One of the key things that I want to say here is that this new dungeon has very high requirements comparing it to the other stuff we have, because none of the bonuses we get from dungeons, like from live arena, work here. So I'm not sure if they're going to add it in the future, but you'll still need things like 450 accuracy on your champions for stage 30 if you want to be landing your debuffs. Okay, I even have an accuracy lead here for stage 30 for the team that I'll show you. I'll show you guys first a stage for a team for stage 20. So this dungeon, we all know how bad it is. You might have seen the videos already about the pinpoint set being part of the rewards alongside all the bad sets we have. Like literally critical rate, nobody uses. Accuracy, nobody uses since perception, pretty much. Curing set, very little use. Day set, absolutely no use. Critical damage, So it's only going to be basically you getting crit damage and pinpoint out of this dungeon. That's gonna be semi worth it. It's gonna be the same cost as being your normal dungeons, like 20 energy per run. And the fact that you can get accessories here does not mean you'll get accessories and gear. It's one of the two that possibly can drop. So there's gonna be a lot of silver coming out from this dungeon. I don't hate it in terms of the silver. It's just that for the majority of players, it's gonna be a huge energy sink if they are planning to build a champion with the pinpoint set. It's gonna take them a long time. It will take me a long time farming this. So how this boss works, guys, here's the team, by the way, the stage 20 team, the basically not so free to play accessible because of Wukong and my boy here Varl. Although Varl is accessible by everybody, Wukong is probably not. Okay, so have that in mind. Everybody else is okay. I would say Crushing Grand is huge here for the epics. Anyway, this is the team for stage 20 that I'll show. The stage 30 is going to be different. So it's basically an easy dungeon all the way to 20. After 20 is where it gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, it's not impossible, but gets difficult for the majority of players. The reason why it gets so difficult is because the ads here change and the boss gets blessings and all that. Especially the ads become very powerful. They hit quite hard and they don't take much damage unless you do like a specific comp. Unless you have like Double Newt, Acresia, and Marius, you won't see really quick farming times for this one, which is going to be only a very tiny percentage of players will have all those champions available. Very tiny percentage. Even so, many players might want to complete this. I don't know. You might want to just complete the whole 30 stages. There are no first time rewards for completing it, so there's no real rush to push all the way to the end, if you get my meaning. And if you want to farm stage 20, it's totally fine because you could still get 5 and 6 star, both accessories and artifacts here for the pinpoint set. It's just going to be a lower chance. We haven't data mined yet the rates, but probably the team from Hell Hades, the site, they'll know all the data once this is officially live. Okay, let's go in there. I'll show you guys the run, how this team works as an example. The ads are very easy to kill here, and it's a full auto team. The only very annoying thing is the boss stunning you, which becomes very annoying further on. Okay, you kind of need a block buffs debuff on the boss in order to get them down quicker. You see the stun here. It's pretty much unresistible unless you have something like a block debuff buff that cannot be removed. Not very easy to get, but you see how easy it is to basically bring down the boss here on stage 20 with basically average gear, in the sense of how difficult you might have expected it. But it's, you know, a lot of crit damage, Crushing Rend helps a ton with the ignore defense. You need the Savage Gear. So it's average in the sense of, come on guys, what did you expect? Did you expect to go with 0 gear and actually start farming this set? The majority of players who are looking to farm this set anyway will not have average gear. They'll be using Savage Gear on their champions and all that. So you see, already we farmed this. We got a 5-star pinpoint already. Crit rate, defense, attack. This would be a bad use for this set, but I mean, it's 20 accuracy already. Just with one item, you get 20 accuracy, especially through the accessories. That's going to be huge. So in terms of stats, like 317 speed on Arbiter. My Lydia has 415 accuracy, 273 speed. Wukong has 100 crit rate, 276 crit damage, 350, 370 accuracy here. No accuracy lead here. You don't need so much accuracy here. Just had them already. Even with the 240 here, accuracy on Phoenix, you see me landing the debuffs. And 288 crit damage in a relentless set. And he has 5.5k attack. And then Var, 5000 attack, 285, 213. And he still does good damage here. So that's the team for 20. You can still farm pinpoint here. Very much so, with no real issues. You just start farming it here. This is where things become much more interesting for you guys, because it's the guaranteed 5-star here, at least guaranteed 5-star. Because up until stage 19, it's 4 and 6-star, which is it's very easy to beat these stages for the majority of players. But honestly, if you're somebody who's still struggling with the game, the pinpoint set shouldn't be something that worries you so much so if you don't have Savage Gear yet. So don't get too worried about not farming it. Plus, you have 10 weeks of this event being live and available for you to try and farm it. So let's go into the next team, stage 30 team. So guys, this is the team that I'm using for stage 30 with absolutely free to play accessible champions, except for Seer. I know. Before you go crazy, come on. Seer is a champion we say you basically need to have for dungeons to clear through the waves. This is no exception. Basically, these 4 champions are the waves now. So you guessed it right. They're going to be buffing themselves up. We're going to buffing ourselves up. We're going to wipe through the whole thing. And then we just have to deal with the boss. What is key here is Razin. I couldn't believe when I thought about Razin, because I was like, okay, I need something to control turn meter of the ads. 100% turn meter reduction, AoE. I need something that applies defense down weaken other than Lydia. Defense down weaken. I need something that can remove buffs. Attacks one enemy 3 times. It's 45% chance of removing 1 random buff from the target. I mean, come on. Perfect Razin here. Perfect champion. I have 0 blessings on him. The most crucial blessing, I would say, is for Seer. Honestly, these waves are level 350, so the Crushing Rend becomes huge. I mean, it's a wave. You beat the wave. The number of buffs counts. I haven't tested this with lower crit damage, but the number of buffs that both your team and the enemies have, plus the defense down weaken, plus the fact that there's an enemy Ursuga in there absorbing damage the allies receive, makes things kind of rough, but it's not impossible. Let's go into the run. This team I haven't tested extensively in terms of win rate, but it does work, guys, and it's full auto. The faction leader here, Dune Lord Gregor, by the way, makes things so difficult with allies dealing more damage, allies ignoring resistance, including the boss, okay? Because this does not mean faction allies. Once you have faction allies and this unlocks, it basically means everybody. So the boss even now ignores resistance when he's trying to apply his stun and when counterattacking instant effect. So everything that this guy does is activated basically because he's now part of the group. Everybody is fully ascended, and even the boss has a blessing, which doesn't affect us that much, but let's go. So we buff up. There's Mithrala doing her A1. Defense down, weaken. This landed on everybody. Resist it. No resist, okay. Valkyrie didn't die there, so this run might go a little bit weird with Valkyrie not dying. So we'll see on how that goes. Oh, big damage coming through on Razin. We'll probably be able to take them out. think actually what I need to do is lock out Seer's A2 because we don't need the increased crit rate on anybody really, and that just basically makes things very annoying. So here, Razin died, but we have a revive through Arbiter, so I should be okay. Once Arbiter manages to get a revive through, so extra turn maybe we managed to get a resist there. I don't even know how the resist happened there with the Seer. I just need to boost her accuracy even further. So she's currently 370 accuracy with the accuracy lead, so she's about 450. I think you need 500 plus accuracy here for this dungeon. So it is quite annoying. Hopefully we don't die here. Maybe I'll manage to take out the Valkyrie. There we go. Okay, can I get a cleanse through? No. All right. Get a hex through. The boss attack says we need a block buffs now, and something to remove the buffs from the boss. And this run should be okay. So the strengthen also helps a ton from Lydia. There's Razing removing the block damage. Okay. Boss hits us. Can sometimes apply the berserk. That can be very annoying. So look at that, block buffs finally on. We don't need any other debuffs. Here, if I had more accuracy on Arbiter, that would have helped. My accuracy on Seer seems very low with 450, so I'll try to improve it in the future because it just doesn't remove the block buffs sometimes, and it's just low accuracy. I think I need 500 to make it guaranteed, but sometimes it goes through. So I'm there on the edge. I'm not sure exactly on the number, so it must be 500 resistance on the boss, and I'm running 450 on Seer with everything. So I'll probably need 500 to get this run farming as well as it can. So block buffs very crucial here. So you need the accuracy on Lydia. Everybody else pretty much survives, and then high stats on Mithrala, meaning resistance, helps her not get stunned, so that then she applies a buff, well, the buffs on allies or cleanses them, everything basically here. So again, another buff on the boss. Here again, we didn't manage to remove it. I need to boost it way further. I thought I was gonna be okay with this because sometimes it would remove it. It removes the buffs from the allies, but I think I'll try to run this with even higher, because right now we lost 2 karma burns on the boss and basically did 0 damage. So in terms of how much resistance you can have on your team, you need like 750 resistance. That's what I have on Mithrala in total accuracy plus resist. So it's gonna be difficult to run that without an increased resistance buff on everybody to completely be resisting the boss. So this is like a very slow run. I did this 250, I think, my fastest time out of the 5 runs I tried. So the HP burns work very nice here. Poisons work nicely also. I think HP burns work the best in terms of everything, like HP burn activations with enemies and all that. So there we go. We kill the boss. It's by no means like a good run. Here you see the Ogrin Tribe's ring. This is a bug. Surprise, surprise. We're on the test server. That hopefully gets fixed by live server. But here's the run. It's basically this team. So let me show you guys their gear, and you guys give me your thoughts on whether this is like a free-to-play team. I mean, free-to-play, I'm not talking about 6 months. I'm talking about minimum a year of playing free-to-play. Plus the blessings here, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years actually of playing. But at this point, alternatives to all of these champions would be champions with similar skills in their skill set, meaning something that can cleanse, okay, something that can apply debuffs that are required, like a defense down and weaken. But Lydia is key here. Block buffs also is very nice. Arbiter is cool because she's got a revive plus a heal plus turn meter boost plus increased attack. The Seer is, I would say, key here to wipe out the wave if it's something that you're planning on using. So this is not a comp with using HP burns or enemy max HP. So I have double Newt, I have a Crisia, but I didn't want to show that as part of a team to beat this guy. And I don't have Marius yet on the main account, so I thought, all right, I'll try to build something else. But I know there's other teams out there that will show that, but that is for the end game players who are completely gonna be using thousands upon thousands of energy on this new dungeon to speed run it. Let me show you guys their gear. Starting out with Lydia, I have her in a hex set, so curse set plus perception. This is used for my Hydra runs, so about 270 speed, 4,400 defense. That is not so much required, but you saw she was surviving. And then 415 accuracy. It seemed like she was landing everything pretty smoothly. Okay. In terms of masteries, War Master and the standard Master Hexer and lasting gifts on her. Very standard kind of page for Lydia. Then if we look at Mithrala, I was running her in a protection. You don't need protection. It's a very low chance on the 4-set buff, 4-set bonuses. You could run her in a 6-piece set if you want to, but I was running her with a total of 566 and 258, so about 800 actually resistance in total, and 302 speed. The way that she works, 300 speed is pretty nice. In terms of masteries, also War Master, basically the same as Lydia, but no Master Hexer, although I could have done it for the poisons and the hex. Every champion I'm showing you guys is maxed out in terms of skills. So my Arbiter, I was using a basic speed set, but I could possibly see her being in a Regen set, possibly being in a Guardian set, possibly having like this set here, the Impulse set, 12% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown. That would be very nice. It gives you also some speed. Very, very possible to use this set. Also, the refresh accessories are not needed, but are nice to have. Any other accessories such as, I don't know, blood shield could be okay. So like a very small shield on her. Revenge, counterattack would make things slower. Protection would give you the 3-set bonus, giving you extra speed. Stone skin, basically extra stats. Merciless, if you want to get the 4-piece bonus, maybe, okay, maybe you can do Merciless, but I would say this worked, so you can definitely work on that. The speed is 317. Then we're looking at Razin. So my Razin, I have 3 Razins actually in the account, but this was the Razin I was using in a Relentless set plus Perception, running a total of 270 speed, 3.4k defense, very low. He wasn't really doing damage, almost 100% crit rate, a little bit of damage here, but 450 accuracy, and masteries here with Giant Slayer, right? Didn't care so much about anything else, but yeah, Giant Slayer works very nicely on him and just does a little bit of extra damage, but he's really there for the utility of his skills. And then finally, the Seer. The Seer is the thing that's going to be the most difficult to build for everybody. Even for me, very difficult to build such high accuracy with all that speed and all that damage. The speed is key here for beating the wave before they start doing their attacks, because the enemy Turvold will completely wipe out your team. Well, at least one of the members in your team. So 250 speed, 320 crit damage, and the stats here don't matter, but the accuracy here, 376. I don't have an empowerment for my Seer, just shows how little I get her through Void Shards, like little extra Seers, but I would get another 40, or I think it's 55. It might be 40 for epics, can't remember the +4, but I would say you need 450 to be comfortable. 420 you saw on my Lydia. So if I could get another 50 accuracy here, I could do it. I'm running War Master on her because of the other areas in the game that I'm using her. You don't need to run War Master on her. If you're really having troubles with accuracy, run Eagle Eye on her. But honestly, the majority of players are running Flawless Execution on her just to get higher stats. I reached the cap, I think, in terms of damage comfortably, so I could sacrifice more of my stats, like the crit damage set here, for like an accuracy set. So I will try it right now, but these are the stats for the team. I will try it right now as a second run to show you guys again, but I will say this is the team that definitely works for me. But let me just try it again. In terms of AI for here, it's just Mithrala opening up with A1 so she doesn't buff up everybody. And Valkyrie goes crazy. I open up with Arbiter as usual. Karma burn here. I would say probably this I'll disable. Lydia, A1, A2 with priority 1, A3 with priority 2. And then Razin with priority on his bulk down skill when he starts out the run. And then here for the A2. Although this I could possibly remove because I don't really need this. The A1 is very nice also. So that is the AI. So I'm going to change, guys, the gear on Seer. Push her accuracy a little higher. Drop her crit damage. I don't need so high crit damage, I don't think. And we'll see on how that run does. Okay, guys, I'll try this build with 300% crit damage, 438 accuracy on her. So a little bit lower, but I'll try to push her speed to the 250 range. So let's see. Can we push that 250? 250. All right, that's what I wanted. 251 maybe. Okay, 251. 300% crit damage. Crushing rend is huge here. And let's do a test run again against this and see how this goes with the extra accuracy. Whether this is faster or not, we'll have to see. Start the attacks. There's the buffs. There's the decreasing termeter. Ooh, we get the berserk on us, by the way. That's very nasty. The berserk is very nasty. We receive extra damage there. A little bit there on the speeds because of how things go. We need a revive because the boss will be very annoying here. We need a revive and removal of buffs. So maybe running extra accuracy on Arbiter here for the A2 would be solid. Okay, here the Lydia comes in clutch with how everything works. Oh, we get an extra turn finally. That's the A1. Start applying debuffs on the boss. The block buffs, I would love to be able to increase its duration. Because of that stupid passive that the boss has that applies the block buffs. Every 9 turns taken throughout, the boss does that. But we remove it there with Razin. Again, so cool to have him. There's the block buffs. There's a little bit of damage coming through. Even War Master helps. That's good. Oof. Defense down. So annoying. Then, oh, there's Arbiter with the big heal. We're already on 134. Very nice. Very, very nice. The A3 from Razin does nothing on the boss. So I could have it as an opener and then disable it, I guess. So I won't need it anymore. I just need Razin to do his A1 really after I do it on the waves at the start. So I could have that as an addition to the custom AI. But yeah, this is all work in progress. Obviously, I won't be using personally this team. I just wanted to make this as part of the showcase for today. But Razin is being an MVP here, my boy Razin. Also, the blessings brimstone is nicely adds up to the damage. There we go, a little bit of damage there. We had a rough start, we had a rough push, but here it is. It should be 250, right? How the boss is looking at 25% health. We get a block buffs at an annoying time. Plus the extra turns from Seer help. Just adds to the time. Come on, boss, take a turn. There it is. There's a cleanse. I think Seer next will be using her A3. Can we remove it? No, the boss got a turn, so yeah, we got the kill. There it is. There's the run. 3 minutes 250 was my fastest, but overall there's RNG there. There's optimizations I could have done on Razin and Arbiter, but honestly, we literally had 1 day to test this dungeon before pushing the videos. Like, I'm gonna push this video an hour before the embargo is done, so I didn't have time to play test through more budget friendly teams, but this is one of them, guys. The only thing that's not budget friendly is Seer, but with how good she is, she's the #1 investment in the game. I hope I don't get burned in the comments by players saying this is not budget because of Seer. Because honestly, guys, it's 4 champions we all should have in a year of playing. And if you're somebody aiming to farm the pinpoint set, you should have every single one of these champions already. With even, you know, the same blessings as mine. Possibly Mithral out of the 5-star. Because on the test server, we don't have that. There was the Mithrala event, right? Anyway, this was the team, guys. I hope it's helpful. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.